Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They will start this drive with 4. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On second and 11 now. Mariota, catch made by Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Mariota on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. We go to base. Come on out here. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go now. Let's go. 36. Out. Switch. Check 37.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
At the 25-yard line.
Ready. 15 on it. Watch the run. They're running.
They go play action now. Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And some room to work. There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Great job, man.
Melvin Gordon, 92 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Jack Nickel up. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Show it up. Show it up. It's a 6. How? He's tracking. Crash.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 2nd down and 4, Jackson looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. Let's go.
Check. Watch that. Whip. Watch the whip. Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
I got you, boy. Alert 3. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Check 3. Look right. Alert flare.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo!
Now Gordon. He's got the first down and more past midfield. There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, Cowboys. Melvin Gordon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go,
at their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now a give, right side. Ford. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
First down, Cowboys.
You got nothing. Check. 80 weapon. 80 weapon. Check. Bang, 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 bang.
They run with Ford. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Redskins' 23-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. That's complete to Slayton. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
61. Match point.
On second down, it's fourth, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Melvin Gordon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Jackson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Now it's Jackson, and he connects with Ertz. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson now. Then he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Pick me up, here we go. Check 3.
Jackson from a shotgun. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. Here's Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. The kick by Marr is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs him. The kicking team gets the football here. And an alley to run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Again, they turn to fourth, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Third and goal, Mariota. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Darius Slayton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things.
And got his man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 32 on the play. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Jackson to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Play action. It's Jackson. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
58's the money. 58.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. Shaq Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the ground, it's Ford. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. They'll keep it on the ground. Ford. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Off the play fake, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. One. 56. Mike, 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. Not a big deal on that one. Just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, and he will find his man on the outside. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they try the right side here. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. And incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Jackson now, perfect since the 2nd half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Let's go, D, let's go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 17.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards that time and a Washington 1st. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 53.
To throw is Mariota. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Let's go.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Wide, get wide. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. Go to base. 6-man. Check curls.
Again, Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. Jackson on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Throwing on second down, Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Throwing left side, it's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Throwing is Jackson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Brett Maher on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
42, Redskins 13.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but... And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight.
Mariota here to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Oh, some strong running. Wow, first and goal, and defensively their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. They can't hang with us. One. Delta. Mike's 56.
Mariota. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Watch the slant.
Throwing is Mariota. Steps away to him, and they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the loss drops them.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish now. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 20/20 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision.